Hey, what's up? I don't really know where I'm going with this video. For some reason, at like 2 and 3 a.m., it's when I have the needs to make YouTube videos and other stuff. So I don't know why I continue to suffer like this, but whatever. So I guess we're just gonna be making a video at 3 a.m. But in any case, I want to talk about the Devil May Cry series and a lot of the things that just kind of puzzle me about the series itself, because I am a huge Devil May Cry fan. I really like the potential that this game series has, but there are so many inconsistencies that I'm going to be talking about that just kind of puzzle me and make me think, why? Like, why is it that Capcom seems to be screwing over this amazing fucking franchise? And I will be explaining why I say it. So I want to start with the first one. I think when I first played Devil May Cry 1, I wasn't really expecting much. The game just kind of looked like potato, like the graphics looked like potato mush or something. But I was pleasantly surprised, honestly. I really enjoyed it because this game has something that I feel like no other Devil May Cry game has, and that is the amazing atmosphere, OST, I don't know, just the vibe, the setting itself of Millet Island, and how the game handles its visuals, architecture, just amazing. The vibe and atmosphere you get from this game is absolutely fucking phenomenal, okay? I absolutely love it. And I think that's all the positives I have to say about it. Because the gameplay itself, very dated. Characters and story itself is just... yeah, big yikes. Again, it's an old game. But to me, just because the game is old doesn't automatically mean it's bad. I think some games age better than others, and I think Devil May Cry 1 hasn't aged very well. I think the only good aspects of Devil May Cry 1 are the things I just mentioned. So, again, it kind of bothers me, but it's a good start. Again, it's a really strong start to this franchise. But as we all know, Devil May Cry 2 happened, and when Devil May Cry 2 happened, that to me marks the beginning of Capcom's stupid fucking meddling. Okay, I will explain myself. So just think with me for a second. Devil May Cry 1 at the time was a revolutionary game, right? And as I said, it was a very strong beginning of a franchise, and the director did a pretty decent job, right? I think we can all see this as a fact. And I think any logical non-lizard people company would be like, you know what, let's allow this person to make us more money. Let us allow this person to grow this franchise into a cash cow we can milk. Like any normal corporation, right? They want more money, so they want a product that is good and will sell. Capcom did not want Devil May Cry to sell. Capcom was like, you know what, director of Devil May Cry 1, I forgot his name, how about you work on this completely random fucking project and random person I just found on the streets? How about you direct Devil May Cry 2? Yeah, it makes total fucking sense, doesn't it? Obviously, I'm kind of exaggerating a little bit. Again, I don't really know much of the story of how this happened in the name of the director, but they got a completely different guy to make the sequel for Devil May Cry 2, and that just kind of puzzles me. And I guess that's all I want to say about Devil May Cry 2, just kind of puzzles me in general. But anyway, the director for Devil May Cry 2 was like, you know what, I kind of shit the pants with Devil May Cry 2, didn't I? And he decided to redeem himself with Devil May Cry 3. And he did, because personally I think Devil May Cry 3 is the peak of the series. Like, to me, Devil May Cry 3 is a genuinely fantastic game. It does everything well. I can't really say anything negative about it, outside of a few nitpicks, and I'm gonna explain why. So, you know how Devil May Cry 1 and 2 had some very mediocre stories? I mean, yeah, well, Devil May Cry 1, 2, 4, and 5, and those games all have shitty stories, let's be honest. I'll get into that in a bit, but I think Devil May Cry 3 kind of proves that you can make a simple, engaging, yet compelling story, as long as you have a great supporting cast, right? Because the story itself for Devil May Cry 3 isn't exactly, like, deep, let's be honest. The villain itself, his motivations are very simple, okay? That's all I can say. But the reason why the story works and is very engaging, as I said, it's because of the characters. Dante is absolutely fantastic, is a joy to watch. his motivations, his struggle with his quote-unquote humanity and family legacy, ladies, whole thing with his father, with her father, sorry, it was fantastic. Like, again, it was genuinely interesting to watch. Same for Arkan and the clown persona he has, me, IRL. You know, it's just really good stuff. I don't know what else to say. And it just kind of proves that as long as you have a great supporting cast and interesting characters, you can make a Devil May Cry story work. You don't even have to make something that's complicated, like maybe God of War or Last of Us Part 2 or 1 or whatever. And that is what I don't understand about the series going forward, which is another inconsistency in the story, which, again, I'll talk later, but let's go on and explain why I love Devil May Cry 3. The story, the setting itself, okay, I think Devil May Cry 3 comes close to replicating the setting of Devil May Cry 1, because Devil May Cry 1 had, again, fantastic atmosphere and setting. I've talked about this. But Devil May Cry 3 does something similar. So I like the fact that they were able to get in touch with their roots. Not only that, but the music itself was just fantastic. Probably my favorite in the series, though not as atmospheric as the first one. The gameplay itself was fucking amazing. This game has Virgil in it. And yeah, I guess that's all I can say. The story, the characters, the environment, the gameplay, music, all of these aspects were handled incredibly well. So you would think that going forward they would capture this lightning in a bottle that was Devil May Cry 3 and improve upon it. But as I said, the lizard people at Capcom were like, you know what, I don't want to make Devil May Cry a good series. I want to fuck it over. I want to sabotage it. And that's where Devil May Cry 4 comes into place. Okay, let's talk about Devil May Cry 4. I wish I didn't have to do that, but we're gonna do that. Oh man, okay, let's get this over with. Alright, let's get this over with. I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of hate. I mean, well, I keep forgetting people don't actually watch my content, so rip. But in any case, let's talk about Devil May Cry 4. So as I just established, I'm a huge fan of Devil May Cry 3, and again, to an extent, 5 as well. And I really tried to love this game, but I just wasted my money because this is such a mediocre, disappointing, and downright awful game that it just kinda hurts, okay? And I will explain why. So in terms of the story, yeah, in terms of the story, like, just wow, this game manages to be even worse than the first one, okay? Like, again, I wasn't really expecting anything fantastic with the story of Devil May Cry, but this game was kind of a chore. I think Nero as a character is such a bland, nothing character that has literally zero relevance to the story, okay? I mean, he's Virgil's kid, true, and they do nothing with that, okay? I think Nero is not only a bootleg Dante, but his backstory is so bad, it doesn't even continue in Devil May Cry 5. In Devil May Cry 5, he just kinda tags along, which is to show you that Nero and Devil May Cry 4's story as a whole had such little impact on the story of Devil May Cry that it just kinda hurts. So, yeah, in terms of the story, they learned nothing with Devil May Cry 3, okay? And they even managed to make something even worse than the first one when it comes to the story. In terms of the gameplay, well, it's fantastic, very good. As you expect from Devil May Cry. Again, these people are kings when it comes to the gameplay, so I don't really have much to talk about that, but I do have a lot of problems with the gameplay itself, okay? Like, the gameplay is very good, amazing core gameplay, mechanical skills, whatever, but I can count with one hand the amount of enemies we get for Nero's campaign and Dante. Like, I would be okay with the enemy variety, because Devil May Cry 3 had a lot of reskins, I will admit, but the enemy design in Devil May Cry 4 is not very enjoyable or interesting to fight, and combine that with the lack of variety, and you will be fighting the same repetitive, boring enemies multiple times, so yeah, kinda makes the gameplay of this game bad, even though it has really good fundamentals. Not only that, but you know how Devil May Cry 1 and 3 had really cool, interesting environments? Well, guess what? The environments in Devil May Cry 4 are bland and uninspired. Remember Devil May Cry 1 and Devil May Cry 3 and how memorable and unique the levels and puzzles were? Well, guess what? Do you enjoy linear hallways and bland-looking environments that are chore to get through? Well, this game is for you. I hope you enjoy that, because that's what you're gonna get with this game. Music was also kind of mediocre. You had a few good tracks, but most of it was just kind of mediocre, so that just kind of concludes my opinion on Devil May Cry 4. An absolutely fucking awful game, okay? And this is something that I'm gonna repeat again. Again, the lizard people at Capcom were trying to sabotage Devil May Cry, because with Devil May Cry 4, they cut the budget significantly. So the developers were only able to work on like what, 1/3 or half of the game, and guess what? Sabotage. That's all I can think about. That's all I can say. Devil May Cry 4 was a complete sabotage. This game could probably be good, but Capcom decided to cut the budget. So yet again, the only word I have for it is fucking sabotage. Alright, and again, I'm very angry, so let's go and talk about Devil May Cry 5. And now we have Devil May Cry 5. So Devil May Cry 5 is kind of a weird case for me, because I actually enjoyed Devil May Cry 5 quite a lot. As you saw at the beginning of the video, I made like a compilation of my adventure, so to say, and the screenshots I took, and I really enjoyed it. You know, I thought Devil May Cry 5 was a very, very good game. But I also have a lot of nitpicks and a lot of mixed opinions on the game as well, because just, again, say it with me, it just kind of puzzles me, some of the decisions they took. So first of all, it would be the story. I think the story is just, I guess. Again, I think the story was just very meh. I'm kind of mixing it, because the beginning is just not very decent. Again, I've already talked about Nero. I don't think is very good. I don't think Nero is very important to the overall saga of Devil May Cry, even though they're trying very hard to make him the main character. So I think everything that just kind of involves Nero is a bit boring. I personally don't like Nero, as I said. It's kind of boring. His story, backstory, personality is just a worse Dante. And that's kind of weird, because even if a bootleg Dante exists, that Dante would still be a beautiful baby boy, right? Dante is awesome, even in bootleg form, but Nero is worse than bootleg Dante. I think Nero is bootleg Dante, if that makes sense. So, I don't know, he was kind of boring. I didn't really like Nero. And I think because of his presence, the story was kind of mediocre. Let's see, what else Devil May Cry 5 does wrong. Lady, they just kinda completely ruined Lady. This is something I didn't really talk about in Devil May Cry 4 segments, but they just kinda ruined Lady. Lady used to be this badass tomboy. We in the NunoTheDude channel, we stand the tomboy supremacy, so to see that Lady was essentially ruined and turned into this cute Z-ish character just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I don't know, man. Like, Lady in Devil May Cry 5 is not the same Lady from the third game. Like, I understand that characters change, but she's just downright awful fan service. Like, the fact that this amazing character from the third game was downgraded into what we see in Devil May Cry 5 and 4 is just kind of sad, alright? I'm a man, I like a big nut, but sometimes fan service, especially with amazing characters, is too much. Alright, that's all I'm going to say. Trish as well. I didn't really talk about Trish because, again, story and characters of Devil May Cry isn't very good outside of the third game, and they just kind of ruined her as well. She just kind of tags along, same as Lady, and she does nothing in this game, let's be honest. There's no reason for Lady and Trish to be there other than them, you know, just trying to assassinate the characters, because that's what it is. You know, Lady and Trish is typical case of character assassination in a video game, so just kind of ruined them in my opinion. What else? Morrison, for some reason, is black even though he was fucking white. Not a big deal, but it's just kind of weird. I don't know, maybe we're trying to get some brownie points for inclusion or something. What else? I think that V is also I don't know. I understand it's supposed to be Virgil's human side, blah blah blah, but I also think that his part of the story is kind of boring. I didn't really like it. The only story part I actually enjoyed and I think was handled very well, surprisingly, would be Dante and Virgil, because they actually go a bit more in depth with Virgil and why he is the way he is. And I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. The fact that Virgil is so obsessed with power because of what happened with his mother and the inability to protect her, and his hatred for Dante in a way because he thought that his mother Eva only tried to save Dante instead of him. So I don't know, I think they did a really fantastic job, and if the game was like that, but like for beginning to the end, then I think the story would be good. And I don't just mean Dante and Virgil, but the other characters have an interesting presence in the story, but they don't. The only character that I kind of enjoyed, no, I really enjoyed, was Nico. I think they did a fantastic job with Nico as a character. She's just very engaging. I really like her. So yeah, as I said, Devil May Cry 5 story is a bit mixed for me. Because you have some really cool stuff in it, but you also have mostly boring stuff, right? So, I don't know. That's my opinion on the characters in the story. Just meh. Very meh. With some decent parts that just don't get its full potential realized. Gameplay, yeah. The reason why I haven't really been talking about the gameplay for Devil May Cry 5 is because, well, not just 5, but the whole game, is because Devil May Cry is my favorite melee-based gameplay ever. Like, Devil May Cry just does so many amazing fucking things with its gameplay. It's so fucking deep, and as you can see by my footage, I'm a gamer, alright? I might not get any bitches, but at least I be sweating and gaming on Devil May Cry, because I have a lot of great skills when it comes to melee-based gameplay, and the fact that I'm able to fully utilize it, I don't know, it just feels good being good at something in life for once. Right, I'm kind of exaggerating, but anyway, if Jesus can walk on water, Dante can walk on air, so where's his religion? So yeah, I really like the gameplay of Devil May Cry 5, just absolutely fucking amazing, dude. Jesus fucking Christ. I would make love to this game if I could. What else would I like to talk about? I think the story itself is also very meh. I don't really like the environments of Devil May Cry 5. Again, they learned nothing from Devil May Cry 1 or 3 with their amazing setting and environment and atmosphere, because the environments in Devil May Cry 5 are just repetitive, linear, hellish, red hallways with fucking tentacles and other boring stuff. Alright, like the environments in Devil May Cry 5 are just genuinely awful, which is just weird, because you would think that after Devil May Cry 1 and even the third one, you would think that the team behind this game would be like, you know what, how about we actually make decent environments? We can make them, decent environments are something we can do, so how about we don't? So again, that's something I don't understand. I don't understand how they can make boring, bland-ass environments like they did with Devil May Cry 4 and 5. Especially 5. 5 is just awful. Alright, just reds, hellish, always, again and again and again. It was just no. I don't understand. I also have some other nitpicks, like you weren't able to unlock stuff, you have to pay for it. Like there's like a shit ton of like Nero arms, soundtracks and other stuff you should be able to unlock by playing the game, but because this is like a modern piece of shit game, you have to fucking pay for it, which is just weird. And overall, what I have to say about Devil May Cry as a whole, not just the fifth one, is that Devil May Cry has insane potential in the story, characters department, because we've seen that they can pull off some really interesting characters like Lady, Devil May Cry 3, Dante, Devil May Cry 3, Virgil, Devil May Cry 5 and 3. I don't know, like they can definitely do some amazing stuff with their characters and story, but they don't do that. They just refuse to do that for some reason. Like, how hard is it to just hire a decent writer, dude? Is it the director's fault? Is it the writers? Like, what's happening here? Why is it that we have such mediocre fucking writing, cringy dialogue, and missed potential? I will never understand Devil May Cry. It's so inconsistent. I guess that at the end of the day, I am glad that I was able to play this franchise, because despite its faults, I still hold a very special place in my heart for the Devil May Cry games, and I hope that in the future we have some sort of reboot, some sort of remaster from these games that basically fixes all of these issues while adding the amazing gameplay. Because if they can do that, then Devil May Cry will be a force to be reckoned with. So yeah, I guess that's all I can say. At the end of the day, I'm happy, I'm glad I got to play these games. I just kind of wish that they were a bit more competent and consistent with the quality of each individual game. So that's all I can say.